Okay, and I'm going to apply it to language teaching. Okay, grammaticality, grammatically correct stuff, whether it fits in the grammar, whether the grammar is correct. Okay, acceptability. Okay. I'm going to use native speaker here. I'm going to leave this deliberately ambiguous here. Okay. Often in research, in linguistic research, in language teaching research, we're often asked to give grammaticality judgments. Okay. Is it grammatical? Judgments of acceptability. Is it acceptable to a native speaker? Okay. This sentence has stood forever in linguistics. Okay? People trot it out in just about every basic introductory linguistics class. Okay? So now we have grammaticality and we have acceptability. Okay? Is it grammatical? Is it acceptable? Okay. Now, of course, Chomsky, he talks about things in terms of his grammatical theory, and I'm not going to get into that in depth here. He's talking about sometimes slightly different things than what I'm talking about here. But similar things apply. Okay. Now, if you look at these sort of go together a little bit. Okay. And these two sort of go together a little bit. Okay. Yet, when I look at language teaching textbooks, the two sets are usually not added together in the same book. Okay. As I said, language teaching textbooks often have prescriptivism, descriptivism in some, aspect. The linguistics books often talk about grammaticality and acceptability. Okay. What I'm suggesting to you is that these are all important topics for language teaching, and especially here in Japan. Are we okay so far? Is everybody okay? All right. This is just a basic overview of what these terms mean to begin with. Okay. I like to look at it sort of like this. Okay. Chomsky, he's important. Let's pay him some respect. We'll put grammaticality and acceptability first. Okay? We do it this way. All right? It's possible to have a grammatical sentence that's unacceptable. It's possible to have an acceptable sentence that's ungrammatical. Can you think of some examples? A grammatical sentence that's unacceptable. Colorless green ideas sleep furiously is one of those examples, right? It's grammatical, right? Basically, all sentences in English are supposed to have a subject and a verb at a minimum, right? Objects are optional. What about an acceptable sentence which is ungrammatical? Can you think of an example? Danielle?
Me like it.
Me like it. Yes. All right. Daniela suggests, Kaliano Sensei suggests. She suggests me like it. Okay, why is this sentence ungrammatical? You want to analyze your own sentence?
Well, if you insist.
All right.
So in English, as everybody knows, you would not use me as subject. Right?
Yeah.
But why? Okay, why is it acceptable?
Why is it acceptable?
Anybody speak Spanish? No? Well, this is a kind of translation of Spanish, me gusta.
Yeah.
Okay? And since there are lots of Latinos,
Yeah.
yes, Spanish speakers, this kind of sentence can be heard around quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it becomes acceptable.
Yeah, it becomes acceptable, so people begin doing it. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice example. All right. Yes. All right. Of course, this is supposed to be what? What's it supposed to be?
I like it.
Yes, your grammar teacher will come out and they'll wrap your knuckles across with a ruler. Wrap across your knuckles with a ruler for saying you like it. Okay. I like it is supposed to be the correct form, yet people do this. And we're likely to see more of this because of the increased number of Spanish speakers who are currently in America. Okay? And that's fine. All right? Language changes. All right? As much as the language academies would like it to stay as a fixed entity, it doesn't. It always changes. All right? So we have grammaticality and acceptability. All right? I like to do it this way, prescriptivism, descriptivism. Okay? Our prescriptivists and our prescriptivists are on this side. They're often on the grammatical side. Our descriptivists, they want to know what's really happening in the language. They can be focused very much on the grammar. All right? Not everything speakers do in a language is going to be ungrammatical. Right? Quite a bit is grammatical. All right? So, can anyone think of some prescriptive rules for English or Japanese? Give me a prescriptive rule. When you were learning English, something your teachers told you. Yeah, Andres.
Never use like would and if in the same part of the sentence.
For example?
If I do this and this, I would do that. So, but you would never say if I would. Or we were not allowed to use that.
If I would. Don't use will, how?
Like if while I do something, so you don't use future self. So in this part.
Okay, give me a full sentence.
If it rains tomorrow, we will go for a walk or something like that.
If it rains tomorrow, we will go for a
Yeah,
walk.
so you use present tense.
So what's it supposed to be?
So actually it's future tense,
Yeah.
but you use present. If it is raining tomorrow.
If it's raining tomorrow.
Yeah, if it's raining tomorrow, we will go.
Not if it rains tomorrow.
No, you don't use if it will.
If it will rain
Will
tomorrow.
rain tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right, I got it. Yeah. Okay. Rules like that.
You don't study them. You just know. But you do.
Anyone have any other examples that you want to share?
You can't put two predicate verbs in
Okay.
the one sentence.
Give me an example.
I like go to museum, to the museum. I like go. It's like and go
All
can't
right.
be in the same.
All right, fair enough. Okay. Can you find a way to make it work? Can you find something that native speakers would do where it's an exception to the rule? No.
I like to go.
Yeah.
All right, not quite the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like go.
I would like.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a fun experiment to sit and think about. You know, think about the rules that you were taught and see if you can find a way where a native speaker would do it. Okay? And linguists do this quite a lot. Okay, sit and think about these things. Got anyone in mind? Nope. Okay. All right. Now, we having fun? All right. Now, I want to take a few minutes and I want to talk about language education in Japan. What's the predominant methodology? What's the methodology that a lot of teachers still continue to use in this country? People who have taken my classes before. How is English taught in junior high school and senior high school often? Yeah, what's the textbook? What's the method called? Grammar translation, yes. Our old friend, grammar translation. Looking at these four things, where does grammar translation normally spend most of its time?
Prescriptivism?
Yeah, well, that's certainly part of it, okay? If you're doing sentence-by-sentence translations, back translations into Japanese, you're focused on accuracy, right? You're focused on the accuracy of everything, right? So where's it going to fit? It's going to fit on the grammatical side, the prescriptive side, the acceptability side, the descriptive side. Which side? All right. Yes. All right. They're going to be focused on the grammaticality of stuff. They're certainly going to be focused on the prescriptive side of stuff. Right? They're up here, right? What's the alternative methodology that's often taught here? What's the alternative? When you take my English classes, when you take Kalyan Sensei's English classes, what kind of methodology are you getting? Some form of communicative language teaching, right? Where does that fit on this?
Descriptivism and acceptability.
Yeah. It goes down here. Why is that? Does it make a difference? Who's right?
I think it should be mixed. Yeah, for sure.
How?
Because if you don't have the basic knowledges of grammar, you cannot actually communicate.
Can you learn the language? Can you speak the language without the grammar?
You can just pronounce words, but if you don't know, like basic, you don't have any basic knowledge, so you cannot actually.
You're bringing up a good point, actually. But I'm going to ask the question again. Can you speak the language without ever learning the grammar?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
How?
You get told as a child.
How do native speakers learn the language?
But then
From the parents?
I'm just playing devil's advocate with you for a little bit. From the parents?
What if we have no parents?
Everyone survive?
people around, yeah.
From the environment?
But if you don't go to school, your language will be